What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. Video is entitled When Men Speak Their Truth. So I was watching Rude and Peas. So shout out to you, Rude. On a panel. And one of the part of the discussion was like when these guys say what happens to them, how come that's not is viewed as whining? And and it happens a lot. Women have a story to tell about men and how men did them wrong. But when men have a story to tell about women and how women did them wrong, you wind up seeing too many women trying to deflect or make excuses for that type of behavior. So if a man feels like he got trapped or can actually prove he got trapped and everybody can see it, he shouldn't complain because, it shouldn't happen. And, brother was on there. Don't bring up my name, Mr. Fantastic. He's cool. He was talking about trust and being trustworthy. So when a man and a woman in a situation, if a man breaks a woman's trust and he's untrustworthy to her, it's understood. But when women break men's trust and are untrustworthy to us, it becomes all of these irrational, even silly excuses, for bad behavior. And that's a problem. Because when guys say, okay, I trust this woman, she betrayed my trust. But for some odd reason, women still think, well, you should still commit to that. You should still try to work a relationship out with that. You should still even try to marry that. No. You wouldn't marry a man you don't trust and was untrustworthy. And if you would know flat out that might be a bad idea, and people are going to tell you you're probably stupid for this because this person can't be trusted and is untrustworthy. So that's into the equation. But when these men say their truth, it's a problem. Because everybody wants to live their truth, right? When these men say, okay, I can't deal with a bad attitude or disrespect, and they can say this is how the ways I got a bad attitude from these women, and this is how I got disrespected by these women. Oh, if maybe you're just not man enough to make her respect you. No, maybe she's just a disrespectful jerk. Like when these men speak their truth, and the sad part about it is, a lot of times when we have these co-ed type of discussions, women actually know of men outside of the men that are talking about their experience. They know men who have similar experiences. And they can say, yeah, that happened to a friend of mine. That happened to a family member of mine. That happened to, my girlfriend's boyfriend, baby daddy, husband is dealing with that with her, even though that's my girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? But when these guys say their truth, all of a sudden it's an excuse. And Kendra D brings up an interesting point a lot of the time, a lot in general. But, one of the things she was saying, when you don't take responsibility and you act like you have no agency, and you want these guys to take so much control, you're asking for Sharia law because you don't know how to conduct yourself. And to not want men to oppress you and men to lord over you women, one of the problems is that when men speak their truth about the dysfunctional behaviors of modern day women like to sweep it under the rug to the point that you want the men to be better. But here's the problem with that. The men are at a point where, okay, men are going to be better. Men are going to say, well, I'm going to be better. But here's the problem. You're starting to see a separation between the people who actually want to be better and actually do better from the people who actually are just using that as cover. And a lot of you ladies who don't want to hear these men's truth or sweep their truth under the rug, you're using Be Better as cover. And what happens is these guys become better, and now they're too good for you because you never actually worked on being better yourself. Because you felt like you didn't have to. Because as a man, he should be so good it even makes up for your dysfunction. Guys are not looking to do that anymore. So when these guys speak their truth of these women don't have it together, these women are trifling, these women are lazy, these women don't do X, Y, and Z in a relationship. Because part of the issue is you're asking these men to be protectors and providers without ever acknowledging a woman being a nurturer. So a man could give you the space to protect and provide because he protects and provides, but in that space you don't even know how to nurture. And these men are speaking their truth like, look, I can put this woman in this position, but she don't know what to do with it. She don't know how to actually handle it. She doesn't know her job under this scenario and under this agreement, which is part of even what Mr. Fantastic was talking about. Is like, when men say, okay, me and this woman came to an agreement, we came to an understanding, and they say, well, she broke her side, she broke the agreement. Then women come up with fictitious stories. Well, maybe, it was this, and maybe the sun was shining on the back of her head and it changed her mind, and maybe this fictitious evil man happened, and maybe deep down you did something that you don't want to admit to that caused her to be like that, and maybe, she changed her mind, but she felt like you wasn't man enough to deal with her changing her mind, so she just lied to you and broke the agreement, but, I'm sure she has a good reason. But, or maybe, it's you. No, maybe if two people make an agreement mutually and one person breaks it, they're responsible because they're broken. Don't put it off on anybody else but them. And when men speak their truth, that's the issue that people try to skirt the responsibility of these women not being adults in these situations. When men say women are lying and cheating and manipulating and stealing and being F girls, you know what I'm saying? Abandoning their men. Because a lot of women like to talk about women were abandoned. Well, when in a relationship, a lot of guys can say their woman abandoned their men, because even if you have a family, she's worried about her and the kids. She's not worried about her husband, or she's not worried, or if you have kids with somebody, she's worried about her and the kids. She's not worried about the father of the kids or her baby daddy. If she's in a relationship with a man and he's worried about her, she's not worried about her man. So in a relationship, he's abandoned. But when men speak that truth, it's like, well, you're a man, you should provide for yourself. Well, if she's not going to be anything for you, he going to meet somebody else. But you can't meet somebody else. What kind of man would leave a woman who doesn't want to be with you when she's in a relationship with you? A real man will work that out. That makes no sense. See, men are starting to speak their truth, and the problem, and I hear a lot of women over-talking men and yelling and dissing guys and disrespecting guys and talking low to guys when they're just trying to have a conversation. I heard Mr. Research say, you don't have to win every conversation is not about a winner and a loser per se. It's sometimes the win is having the conversation itself. And when guys speak their truth, it's like these women are trying to overtalk them to win the argument instead of address the issues that these men are having. Because guess what? If these issues don't ever get addressed and they keep getting swept under the rug, the guys are going to leave you ladies with your dirty rug. And all of the issues that you swept under it, they ain't coming to clean it up. And you're going to be stuck with them. What you're seeing, a lot of remnants of that in social media when women are coming out having their point of view and opinion, and they never double checked it, and they never ran it against everybody else's experience of them and how they act. Now they're just spewing out everything, not understanding that they're not in touch with the society anymore. But in my opinion, this is what happens with the type of things that happens when men, speak their truths. So like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.